Up next, the Pacers taking on the Pistons. For the Indiana Pacers, the chance to start the year right with a win on the road and give their fans, no matter where they are, something to cheer about. Pistons, Pacers, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Pacers. On Friday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And then on Saturday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings.
And for that game against the Bulls, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Lamb and Warren at the 3 and the 4. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. And it's Turner in at the center. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And here's Rose. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Ogden against Jackson. Outside Rose. Clock at 6. Here's Griffin. The shot will not fall. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pistons, Doomboy is checked in for Brown. Luke Kennard comes in for Derrick Rose. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Indiana also making some changes. Sabonis comes in for Miles Turner, and it's Leaf in for Lamb. Now, here's Oladipo. Shoots over Doomboy. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And, you know, we talk about poise. Right there, Oladipo demonstrated plenty of it while under pressure.
Galloway kicks to Kennard. Now Drummond. They double-team Griffin from past the arc. And it's Drummond missing. Brogdon outside. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
You've got to defend Brogdon from mid-range. That guy is reliable from that distance.
No good on the shot. And so it's the Indiana Pacers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Domantas Sabonis. McDermott is out there with Leaf. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Here is Frazier. After the basket by Sabonis. Frazier outside. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Finally, after all those planks, someone comes through for him.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made.
Rose, he's checked in for Detroit. Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers leading by 5. And truly some significant roster changes for the Pacers this past summer.
Jeremy Lamb, Malcolm Brogdon, T.J. Warren. They've gotten younger and gotten better as well, if you ask me. Excellent work by the Pacers front office.
It's deflected. Outside Holiday. There's a minute left in the first half of the game. Shoots over Doumbouya. A new 14 for Indiana. McDermott finds Turner. Shot clock at 6. A floater, and it's finished off inside by McDermott.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
The pass to Kennard. 32 seconds left here in the second. Three-pointer. The rebound by Turner. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. 7-point differential. Pass to Holiday. He dishes it to McDermott. Let's go. Offensive rebound Pacers. And a wide open look for Lamb. McDermott with it. Tries yet again. That shot misses.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so it's Indiana bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Dwayne. What are you looking at for the second half after seeing what happened in the first?
Well, defensively, we got to get stops. We got to get them out for boards and box out. Again, we got to meet their aggression with our aggression offensively. And offensively, we can't let the ball stick. We got to get the ball moving and hopping around the horn and make them move their feet.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
I'd really like to see them attack the rim a little bit more. Change the game up, man. Generate some more easy baskets. Part of the reason they're behind is because they've been outclassed inside. They haven't been able to drive the ball, dish the ball. They need to pound it in the paint more if they want to win this basketball game.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one.
And a finalist for Coach of the Year in 2019, Nate McMillan passing 600 wins last season.
Well, you think about that. That's an impressive milestone for an outstanding coach in Nate McMillan. He moved into the top 25 all-time in wins. He's had 2 other stops as a head coach, Portland and Seattle, and I think he's doing some of his best work with the Pacers.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Indiana leading by 7. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Derrick Rose is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
The Pacers shooting their first free throw of the game right now. The free throw drops for Oladipo. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Jackson against Brogdon. He feeds it to Turner. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Turner's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers. 55 seconds left in the third. Now here's Oladipo. He has 7. Warren, good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Griffin. Drummond trying to get himself free. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Jackson. Lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Oladipo with 1 on the clock, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pacers lead by 10. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And so in the game for the Pacers, Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Sabonis is out there with T.J. Warren, and it's Bitadze in at the 5 down low.
And this is why Griffin is so valuable to his team, always willing to share the rock.
And here's Oladipo. It's Brogdon on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. And Brogdon with a clear path to the rack. Lays it in off the breakaway. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Indiana.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Now, here's Oladipo. Pass to Sabonis. 6 to shoot. 9 feet out. Count it. Good. And the Pacers lead by 10.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Pacers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Malcolm Brogdon.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Malcolm Brogdon.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. And the teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight, an outstanding performance. Now, here's Brogdon. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. Warren dishes to Oladipo. The tray. Drops in the tray.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Now here's Griffin. Back to Jackson. Fires the three. A second chance effort. That shot by Griffin, no good. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Victor. You've been really playing well on offense of late. What's going right for you at that end of the floor?
Patience, man, experience, belief, faith, all the above, man. Just coming out here working on my game. I'm just going to continue to keep growing, continue to keep staying close to my teammates, continue to keep working hard, and continue to keep getting better.
That is a crowded locker room with all those things in there. Thanks, Victor. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.